Good afternoon and welcome back to Fair Weather Trains. I think I said in a couple of previous videos that I was currently going through my backlog of trains from my pile of shame and going through to see if there's any that I needed to work on that I'd forgotten about or I don't actually want anymore. I'm going to move them on. In amongst that pile was this Bachmann Spectrum loco that I got in a box of other stuff. I seem to remember at the time I gave it a very quick run to see if it even worked, and it did, and then put it in a separate pile for me to have a look at and forgot all about it. I think I'm right in believing that the Spectrum line was Bachmann's top of the range American stuff for a while. Certainly I do have a few Spectrum locos. I've got 2 or 3 steamers which are really nice, as are the diesels that I've got. But this, I haven't had one, or I haven't got one. And this is a wrong end of the box. There we go. This is a EMC gas electric Doodlebug, Boston and Maine, which is like a single car unit. Whether they used to pull coaches as well, I don't actually know. But this is just a single car thingy. So I'm interested to see how well this ran. It obviously did run, otherwise it would have gone in the scrap pile. So we do have some instructions which are pretty generic to these Spectrum things. There's a parts list on the back, which we can see it does have a meaty looking flywheel there, and obviously some internal seating, possibly some lighting. You know, I really can't remember. Right, get rid of that. What else we got? Oh yeah, to fit the front plough. I don't think I ever got round to that. Let's have a look. Is that it? Oh yeah, the coupling, that must be part of the coupling as well. Yeah, easy make coupler and the front plough. Right, that's still in there. Let's pull it out. Well, first thing is it's reasonably heavy. Mainly at this end, so I imagine that's the driving end. Yeah, that's the driving end. Looks quite nice, doesn't it? Now I've had one of these before, but it suffered with split axles and I couldn't get any spares or replacements, so it got sent back in the end. But I remember thinking at the time it's quite nice. You see the separately fitted wiper and some handrails, bell, light, which presumably is a working light. I got a feeling it did have working lights and also passenger lights. Must be the exhaust. Pretty plain roof. Number 1180. The paint's nice. The writing is pretty good. Let's have a look at the other end. Yeah, what looks like lamps there, I presume. Don't remember them working. I'm sure they didn't. And sure enough, there is a seating unit inside, and on the bottom, well, it's just one driven bogie, which is that one. There's a bit of detailing along the sides, which is good enough for me. And yeah, that one's not driven at all. Hopefully it picks up though. And I think that plough should go there, which would certainly look a lot better, wouldn't it? I've got to say. And of course the driver. So maybe I'll fit that. Well, I will fit that at some point, just not now, because I won't want a coupling on there, obviously. Right, let's just check out how it works, how it runs. I'm pretty sure it must have run when I first got this, or it would be in a different pile. Right, have I got it on the track properly? Nope. If I remember rightly, these are really slow runners. It's got a bit of noise to it, but it's not too bad. Well, at least it runs. I think the first thing we should do is give it a run round. So while I thought of it, we probably should check out how heavy it is. It's 336 grams. So we've got it down on the main line, on the Morley. Let's just give it a quick spin. Yeah, it's not very quick. Not that matters, that's 75%. All right over the points though. And the light's working. Let's have another look at that. Probably see it as it comes around there, the light above the cab. Yeah, you can see that. I mean, it's very bright and sunny in here at the minute, so probably won't see the passenger lights if they're working. I seem to remember from some of these old Bachmann Spectrum ones, I think they used some sort of chewing gum as grease on the gears, so I'm going to have a look at that anyway, even if this runs alright. We'll just send it round. So that's on 75%. I don't mind, I don't want it flying around like a lunatic. Handling the points alright, not a problem. What about the passing loop? Yeah, that's okay. Well, what I'm going to do, because of the risk of the axle splitting, is I am going to get the top off of this, clean all the old gunk out, and we'll see if it quietens it down a bit. Or makes it run any better, it might not, but I think this has been boxed up for a long time. As I say, it came in a box of other bits, some of which I just had to bin. But yeah, to try and minimise the risk of split axles, I'm going to take this apart, clean it out anyway, and even if it doesn't improve it, at least I'll have a bit of peace of mind as to what's going on in there. So I've had the top off the thing. It was a bit of a scary thing to do, because what I didn't realise is that the glass comes off with it. So you put your fingernails up the side, but you've got to get behind the glass as well, as you can see. Otherwise you sort of leave the glass behind and it all goes a bit wrong. Anyway, we'll have a quick look over the shell while we're here. We've got these nice extra fitted steps there. And you've got the steps by the doors. As I said, this is Boston and Maine. Don't mean a lot to me, but there you go. Nice handrails on the front as well, extra fitted, as is the wiper and the bell. And these two lights here, I assume they're lights. They're obviously non-working ones. And what I assume is the exhausts. Then you've got another door at the back. Apart from the front end, you've got minimum roof detail. And on the back, you've got these two lights again. And slightly wonky fitting rubber bit there. More separately fitted handrails. So yeah, it's a nice model. Nice model. Anyway, what I've done for this, well, you can see, let's have a look. We've got obviously all the seating in the back. You've got the lighting channel on the top. You've got a big chunky motor in there with a big flywheel and with a drive shaft that runs to the front end there where you can see the driver. And there's some circuitry on top, and what, I don't know, there is mention in the instructions, which I'll show you. 8-pin. So I'm assuming that is an 8-pin blanking plug. I don't know, I don't touch them, so I don't like to pull them out and push them back in again. So what I've done is oiled the motor as best I can, but to get it fully, you've got to take that circuit board off, which unfortunately is not screwed in. It's sort of soldered in at the front. Plus it's got wires going through it, so I've left that for now. And I've also had the base keeper plate on the front bogie off and taken out the grease that was in there, although it was more like grease made by Wrigley's, to be honest. But that's fair enough, it's pretty old, isn't it? And replaced it with some label. Let's just see if it runs any better, or make sure it runs. Yeah, there we go. Don't know if you can make out the passenger light is on, which is that one. Oh, and the front one, as you can see. Seems to be a nice runner. So let's get the top back on and send it round a couple of laps, and then I'll give it a proper run in. So just giving it a run round without the top on, and it's pretty quiet. Be interested to see how noisy it gets once the body shell's back on. Also, that's it's obviously geared slow or whatever, because that's 50% on the Morley. Seems a little bit quieter in reverse. You do get that slight drumming when you speed it up. That's now on to, is that 60%? So bring it back into the siding, and I'll put the body top on, and we'll see how much louder it gets. It's a nice smooth runner though. Right, I'll get the body top back on. Right, so she's all put back together. Let's make sure it still works, because I noticed some of the pickups were a bit bent and I've had to adjust them. Yeah, it's working. There's a little bit more noise to it, but it's not as bad as I thought. I just noticed, I don't know why I didn't notice that, there's actually a driver in there. Don't know if you can make that out really. Yeah, there it is. Right, so we back this out, we'll give it a couple of laps, see how noisy it is at higher speed. Definitely a slow old runner though. It's on about 40% on the Morley. It's not too noisy though, is it? Handles the points all right. No problem with the express points either. It's a bright sunny day again here in Devon, so you can't really see the lights. You might be able to see the front one. Yeah, just about. Definitely got a bit of hum to it, but that may improve because I will give it the usual couple of hours running in. A little bit of flywheel effect there. So that's the Bachmann Spectrum Doodlebug. The label actually says gas electric Doodlebug, Boston and Maine. So that's that. I had a look at the one that's been in my pile of shame, as some people call it, or as I call it, my pile of trains, for a good 18 months or more, just sitting there waiting for me to have a bit of a look at it. So let us know what you think of them. Have you got one of them? Does your one run like that, or is it noisier or quieter? Yeah, let us know. So that's it. That's just a quick look and a quick bit of maintenance on the Doodlebug. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.